Hello students, in the last module we learnt about importance of water resources, reasons for the scarcity of water resources, traditional techniques of water conservation and management. In this module we will learn about modern techniques of water conservation and management, including modern dams, multi-purpose river projects, rainwater harvesting, some other regional initiatives which include rooftop rainwater harvesting in Shillong, bamboo drip irrigation system of Meghalaya, rainwater harvesting system in Gendathur village and rainwater harvesting in Tamil Nadu. In the end, we will talk about some major initiatives for water conservation and management by the Government of India. Let's start with modern techniques of water conservation and management. What are modern dams? While there may be little difference in functionality of traditional and modern dams, the difference is in the construction material being used like steel and cement in modern dams instead of wood logs and stones used traditionally, and of course their role. Let's look at the couple of examples. This check dam constructed over the Palar river in Andhra Pradesh not only takes care of the local needs but also passes on excess water to some of the areas of Tamil Nadu. Next picture depicts a barrage on river Teesta, which is basically used for controlling flow of water, thereby creating a pool on one side and preventing floods on the other. Now let's talk about what were referred to as the temples of modern India by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. These projects are called multi-purpose river projects. Traditionally, dams were built on a small scale with the purpose to impound rivers and rainwater that can be used to irrigate agricultural fields. But today, the dams are built to serve many purposes, and that's why these are called multi-purpose river projects. They were referred as temples of modern India because of their integrated development of agriculture and village economy with rapid industrialization with growth of urban economy. The first such project in independent India was Bhakra Nangal Dam, built on river Satluj in Himachal Pradesh. The multipurpose project, in addition to having a huge reservoir for conserving water for later use in the household, industrial and agricultural sector, also has a huge hydroelectric power plant as well. Dear students, now let's discuss the advantages of multi-purpose river projects. Number 1, providing water for irrigation for farming. 2, electricity generation. 3, supply of water for domestic and industrial uses. 4, flood control. 5, inland navigation. 6, recreation, and 7, fish breeding. Despite having so many advantages, some sections of the society have been opposing the multi-purpose river project. You may have heard about Narmada Bachao Andolan and Tehri Dam Andolan. Why is it that despite such apparently multiple benefits of these projects, some groups are opposing them? Understandably, while these projects have multiple benefits, they have some flip sides. Some sections of the society claim that these dams are actually defeating the very purpose of overall development that they were built for. In addition, these projects also result in large-scale forced migration and loss of livelihoods. Let's look at some of the disadvantages of the multi-purpose river projects now. Number 1. Building such a huge project obviously requires huge geographical territory and often lakhs of trees have to be cut, many settlements to be shifted, landscapes to be changed, thereby affecting the natural ecosystem of the place. Also, very often a huge population residing in the area has to forcibly migrate out, and there is a loss of employment and livelihood for them. Ironically, while one of the major reasons for building the dam is to control floods, but in many cases, dams are the major reasons for causing these floods, as there is excessive sediment deposition at the bottom of the reservoir over a period of time, and thus the water containing capacity of the reservoir decreases and excessive water has to be released during rains, causing floods in downstream. The sediments which were meant for downstream territories get deposited in the reservoir, and the floodplains are deprived of silt, a natural fertilizer. These projects also leads to a rocky stream bed, affecting the natural habitat of aquatic life adversely. Most of the objections to the project arose due to their failure to achieve the purposes for which they were built. Now let's discuss the major movements. The Tehri Dam is the highest dam in India and one of the highest in the world. It is a multi-purpose rock and earth-fill embankment dam on the Bhagirathi River in Uttarakhand. The Tehri Dam has been the object of protests by environmental organizations and local people of the region. The protest was against the displacement of town inhabitants and environmental consequence of the weak ecosystem. Second movement was Narmada Bachao Andolan is a social movement spearheaded by native tribals, farmers, environmentalists and human rights activists against a number of large dam projects across river Narmada, which flows through the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. The movement is against environmental damage and unjust displacement of lakhs of people due to project and the apparently meager compensation given to them. The second most important technique adopted is irrigation canals. While irrigation canals existed in the past, in post-independent India, several projects were initiated to divert and supply excessive water from perennial rivers and other water bodies like lakes and backwaters to the drier regions, mainly for supply of water for irrigation throughout the year. One of the first such projects was Indira Gandhi Canal. The Indira Gandhi Canal, originally Rajasthan Canal, is the longest canal of India. It starts from the Harike Barrage near the confluence of the Satluj and Beas rivers in Punjab and terminates in irrigation facilities in the Thar desert of Rajasthan. Some other canals are the Upper Ganges Canal, along with its distributaries, covers approximately an area of 6,000 kilometers and benefits many parts of UP. Narmada Canal runs roughly 500 kilometers in Gujarat and Rajasthan. The Buckingham Canal is 800 kilometers long and travels from Andhra Pradesh to Telangana and Tamil Nadu using natural backwaters as its feeders. As dams, canals and multi-purpose river valley projects require huge resources in terms of land and capital, it is not feasible to build them everywhere. Therefore, more regional methods of rainwater harvesting are being adopted across the country, and these methods are affordable and sustainable even for individual households. Rainwater harvesting, not a new concept for you. It is a method of capturing and storing of rainwater for various uses. It is a low-cost and eco-friendly technique for preserving every drop of water. While we have studied about the traditional rainwater harvesting techniques over the centuries in the previous module, let's have a look at the modern ways of rainwater harvesting. Let's look at this image, which explains how rooftop rainwater harvesting is typically done today. In the image, you can see the first step is rooftop rainwater is collected using PVC pipes, filtered using sand and bricks. Underground pipe takes water to the sump or for immediate usage. Excess water from the sump is taken to the well. Water from the well recharges underground water levels. You will realize that many of these techniques were adopted in arid regions of Rajasthan, as this region faces maximum scarcity of water in India. However, you may be surprised to note that even the wettest state of India, people living in its capital city Shillong, have to harvest rainwater. Another example is of Gendathur village in Karnataka. In Gendathur village in Mysore district of Karnataka, almost every home uses rainwater harvesting to manage their water needs. Tamil Nadu is the first state in India which has made rooftop rainwater harvesting structures compulsory to all the houses across the state. There are legal provisions to punish the defaulters. Now let's summarize the learning of this module. We also learnt while these mega projects have numerous advantages at times, they defeat the very purpose for which they are built and may have huge repercussions like ecological damage and creating economic imbalance. While we understand that there are various disadvantages of multipurpose river projects over rainwater harvesting, we also need to realize that we have diverse climate zones in India. Rainwater harvesting will not be adequate for meeting the demands in various sectors such as household, agriculture, industry, power generation, where we need to have an optimum mix of rainwater harvesting and multipurpose river projects. Now, dear students, we as a society should make efforts to conserve as much water as we can and do our bit in preventing wastage of water. The image on screen depicts a few simple things that one can do in the daily life to conserve both the quality and quantity of water around us. The best way to learn is to study and then to revise. Let's answer the following questions what we have learnt in the module. Question number 1. Compare the advantages and disadvantages of multi-purpose river projects. Question 2. How rainwater harvesting is practiced in different parts of India. With that, we conclude today's session. I hope you have understood all the conservation techniques and will follow in your daily life. Thank you.